Good morning. I don't even know why I came on like that. I just felt like doing a video because I didn't feel like doing my job. As you can see with all this back here, this is my little office working area. And this is my houseplant area. Actually, a few things I wanted to share. So first, I saw this little seed popping up. Looks like your girl's growing a pine tree by accident. I was like, it has something that when I looked it up, it's called helmet head. I don't know if y'all could, maybe if I turn it this way, y'all see a little piece of the, what do they call it? Cotyledon. Well, you know, the seed and how it eats, you know, it feeds from the nutrition in the seed and grows and does all that. It was sitting on there and I was like, I didn't know if that was like a cannabis seed at first. Or what. So I kept my eye on it, and then I did some Googling because the leaves, the structure of the leaves was a little peculiar to me. So I have a pine tree growing and I don't have the heart to destroy it. But we're gonna see how I feel. Anyway, I wanted to show y'all a couple of updates. Well, first, I think I shared that. Well, I don't know if I shared this before. So my family, and one thing that I grew up with was, you could take ganja or cannabis, marijuana, whatever you want to call it. You let it grow. It could be CBD, it could be THC, all that. It don't matter. That's not the point of this. But one thing that we did as a medicinal measure is when you grow it and you harvest it, you put all the leaves, the buds, everything in a liquor bottle. Usually for us, it would be a bottle of like Red Nephew. I remember family members would, reach under my grandmother's cabinet and they would just take a shot of it if they had like symptoms of a cold coming up. The seeds I got, this is the story behind them, but I'm not going to share today or ever. But I actually have some going. As you can see, I have a couple little seedling trays going. These are some jalapenos that I did in that other video. Nothing's popped up yet, but I don't expect it to anytime soon. If they don't, then I'm definitely going to get some other seeds that I saved from some jalapenos going. Because sometimes it's a 50-50 chance when you're using something from like that store-bought. No matter how much they tell you it's organic and it's this, and again, I know that organic is not always true to form, right? And even if you grow things organically, we're dealing with runoff. If you're watering from your faucet or from your hose, you're dealing with whatever comes with that. One of the things that I definitely want to, there's a beautiful bluebird out there. Hey girl, or sir, or madam, whatever you go by. They, you know what I'm saying? But I would like, at some point to have a couple of acres, not too many, but enough that one, I would love to buy a bunch of acres to share with my friends. That's like something we've talked about for years. To have like a compound of friendship. Like, these are my dogs. We live on this land together, but we still give each other our space. And we got trails where we can four-wheel to each other, take our little four-wheeler or golf cart to each other's house. Like, hey, bitch, I got some tomatoes. We got to can this up. Let's go. That's like a dream for me. We'll see. But, yeah, so back to what I was saying about the water. I would love to have some acres and to get a well dug. My land, the way everything is situated, I don't know if that would be sensible for me. And also, I gotta think about the fact that there's maintenance with that. And I'm spoiled, and I'd rather live on land where my homeboys are nearby to come maintenance it. I ain't got no shame. Those are my best friends. So that's that. Can y'all please, my fur babies, be carrying on. Kyle Barker, y'all see my baby? So I think I did in the last video, I got those black beauty eggplants down. Hold on. Ah! Damn it. Damn. I'm back. And we back. It wasn't too bad. It was just like one little cell had some dirt come out that was mostly able to get back in there. So we'll see what happens. I'm pushing it with how I have these up here, really. And they're sitting on a warm pad. I think they really need it. Like, I think what it is for me is I'm used to just observing people grow things and not have all the fuss and hubbub, as we'll call it today. Just to show you, I guess if you don't know, let me not. I was gonna show y'all my little seeds, but so yeah, so these seeds I got, they're not the best. I don't expect this high performance. I actually dropped that before, which, you know, whatever. And sorry, I'm just distracted by things around me. I dropped it, and because of the space that I kind of allocated, which I'm realizing I'm not really using it very well. There we go. Okay, I think this is more secure, especially with this right here. Okay, and we're good. So I think what I was saying. Oh, so we take it and I want to make it into tincture. So basically, it's just like if you're making a vanilla extract from scratch, and you're putting the vanilla bean pods in a bottle of liquor or in a container with an alcohol, like with either like you can use like moonshine. To me, the purer the better. You can use, well, for vanilla extract, and yeah, you could use a spiced liquor for like your tincture, but I wouldn't recommend it. I don't know. I guess for me, I'm a purist, so I believe, you know, I think someone had mentioned on one of my videos, you know, about like holding on to, you know, to how your grandmother and your ancestors do things, and how there was a reason that they did it that way. And so for me, it's been it's always been like a clear liquor. So I would definitely say, like, if you want like something like that, you know, that's like like, well, high proof. I was trying to think of the word high proof. Everclear, moonshine, golden grain is another. If you're talking about like American type of stuff, if you're of Hispanic descent, you may be familiar with aguardiente, which is very similar to like our version of a Wray and Nephew. Wray and Nephew, even though it's high proof, it's called overproof rum. Which simply, it's a gunpowder. I don't know if y'all are familiar with proofs. So proofs is based on a gunpowder test. And it simply means, I think that it's like, it's beyond what the gunpowder test can measure. I don't know. There was a time where a lot of people used to say that the Wray and Nephew we get here was different from the one in Jamaica. At least it was to me flavor-wise. And then I got a bottle not too long ago from a store in the city. And I actually, well, where did I get that bottle from? I think I got it in like South Atlanta somewhere, or south of Atlanta rather. And it didn't taste that different to me. So there's that. Okay, I heard some loud noises. I'm not playing with you folks. Anyway. But so yeah, so I definitely want to get into like developing my medicinal pharmacy, and we'll say pharmacy with an F, so that, because I have found that taking the herbal route for some things has been extremely effective. I would love to at some point get into making like my own essential oils and making like calendula salves with CBD oil. You know, if I can grow my own and then develop my own CBD oil, then I can do things like make, like I said, those arnica, you know, and grow arnica and stuff like that. That's notorious for reducing inflammation. Like, just to be honest, I used to take pole classes, and we used to get what we call pole kisses. You bruise up really easily. with all the pole work you do and the trick shit you may do. And what was recommended to me was to get arnica gel. They're like, you could take you can use the arnica gel topically, or you could take it and you could take the actual arnica capsules, and it worked amazingly. And so I'm considering things, and just because I have loved ones where, friends and family that have various former injuries and things, if we can reduce how much medication we take, the better. And one thing that I don't know if you guys are familiar, but Tylenol, I remember reading an article, you can look it up, where they said that the over usage of Tylenol actually reduces your empathy. So if you think about it, Tylenol is basically, it doesn't cure your pain. It, in a sense, I guess you could say, it kind of tricks your brain. If you come in here, you better behave yourself. Okay, sorry. But basically, it kind of tricks your brain into thinking that it's, that's hard to explain. I remember the article, I read it years ago. I wish I could articulate it properly, but the long and short of it is what Tylenol does physically, right? You got to remember that we have chemical signals and hormones in our body that trigger how we respond to people, places, and things, right, in our stimuli. And essentially that can also translate into how we show empathy to people. So when I read that, it really kind of took me aback to think about how these medications and how we can easily overuse it. If you have like an ongoing headache, and because the seasons have changed and you're dealing with a sinus headache and you're taking Tylenol every day, you're potentially not just causing some other damage in your body, because it's a chemical substance. We don't really know nothing about it. We just know it works, right? And I just think about how that impacts us, like in how we express ourselves. So I say that to say that I'm firmly a believer of, if we can take things in its purest form based on what it's intended to do, such as like arnica, with the way arnica works with inflammation and how it reduces bruising and all of that, and then being able to take like a calendula that is soothing, right? And then also being able to use the cannabis flower to be able to also aid in soothing and its healing properties, then that's something I would do. So that's the backstory as to why. In terms of like smoking and all that, I don't really smoke that much anymore. I'm just being honest. I don't mind telling the truth. I don't smoke as much. I'm not against it. I just had a shift within myself, and it was something that I just did not feel like I needed to do as much. So, but I do definitely believe in the medicinal properties of it, even though I kind of feel like it's being bastardized in a lot of ways, which is why I wanted to get my hands on seeds now, so that as it becomes more popular and more regulated, I'll be able to have my own crop of it and be able to make sure that my loved ones are getting something that's safe, that's grown with love, and not tampered with. Especially if you grow it, like you might buy seeds and you don't know it's tampered with yet, but if you start growing it and then it produces its own seeds. So I'm not one of those, I know this is a whole conversation, but I'm not one of those like, oh, if it produces seeds, it's bad. I'm not trying to be, no shade, but I'm not trying to be cracked out on weed. I think that the focus on its potency is a problem. And I think it can become mind numbing if you're not careful. And it can also make you disassociate, right? Not all people, but I do think it is definitely a thing. My neighbor is so good. Anyway, I'm looking, and he ain't looking at me, but I know he's looking at the backyard at like. Anyway, it's a whole thing. It's okay. It's alright. He's cool. I don't know him like that, but it's whatever. Anyway, it's a long story. Anyway, not really a long story, but whatever. So my thing is, if I can cultivate my own crop, harvest my own seeds, then I know that it's not being tampered with. I know the kind of fertilizers that's if I that's being used, which for me, I'm really compost queen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like compost, okay. And then there's a whole other conversation about if you do use it recreationally, when you get that weed, I'll call that shit weed, not ganja or whatever. There's places that use certain you don't know what kind of pesticides or whatever sides they're using, and you have no idea how it impacts the chemical reaction it has with the THC crystals. Even if they're using something natural, right? So you don't know how that herbicide is interacting with it, and it's crystallizing and drying on the leaf, and then you're smoking that. And so again, we have no idea how that mix can affect people. I even think about the fact that if you have a cocoa plant, like if you have coca, basically the cocaine plant, and if you have weed, right, and they cross-pollinate, what is the impact? I mean, there's a natural, I guess if there could be a natural cross-pollination, but I know I'm going deeper into it, but this is how I think about it. I look at it as, I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know who grew it. I don't know what they used on it. And so these are things that I have to be mindful of. There is a community of people who are very conscious of that, but there has also been stories of, allegedly, of those organic farms being told you gotta get rid of all your crop, or they're being burned and all this stuff. It's the whole thing. Anyway, the long and short of it is I want to be able to provide something that is helpful and useful, especially for the community I'm in, like my village of loved ones, and however I can help them with their pain management or whatever the case may be. That's what that was. Whoa, okay. So that's what that is. I have some plants. Nothing really popped up. I had to put some more seeds down. But if they do well, great. If they don't, it's okay as well. It's not that deep. I said that even if they don't grow, I'll just probably throw them all in a grow bag and see what they do naturally. And even if it starts late, I don't mind that. I really just want to be able to have some good seeds that I can keep in my little vault. Because if things go down and people don't have resources, at least I know I can make medicine, right? So, next, I'll deep for no reason. I also had to make an investment. My mom told me to get it. I think I showed y'all in another video, like I have some really bad cracked hands. It happens with the season change. Also, I think this has been because I changed my diet. Actually, I don't even know if I can say that. I'm reaching for it because it's really helpful. It's not sponsored. Okay, they ain't giving me no check. They ain't gave me no free product. I bought this off Amazon. Okay, I'm just mentioning it because it's helpful to other people. So let's be very clear about that. I get no incentive, nothing. If you want me to put it on, link to it, I will. When I had the cracks in my hands, so back to the point. When I had the cracks, my mom was like, get some A&D ointment and then get you, at first she kept calling it healing hands, but she meant working hands. And this is what I've been using. If you use too much, they say it'll get sticky, but I think I've been using the right amount, and it works very well. Very well. It kind of leaves it's not sticky if you use the right amount. Almost like a little, I don't even know what to call it. Almost like a slight wax, but it's not annoying. I'll put some on and then put my work gloves on, and the insulation of my work gloves really helps it penetrate as well. So that's been really good. And that's something that I have found relief from. I think I showed y'all my little potatoes. They ain't did nothing yet, but that don't mean they won't. Okay, so these are my potatoes. I got this who's in here. Okay. Anyway, I got this little plastic planter bottom from Family Dollar. They had it for like two for like $1, I think it was. So I had it sitting there, and I was like, let me see what I can make shake with this. So I just doing an experiment. I know I can put the sprouted potatoes straight in the ground, but I just wanted to see what they would do if I let them have a little dirt. And I was like, let me there's a little water in there. This was another thing I got. I got this off Amazon. I love it. So I put my water. This is just some tap water that I let sit out. And all I did, and this is called Feel the Garden House of Botanicals. Again, I got it on Amazon. If you're interested, let me know, and I'll put a link below at some point. But yeah, so see, like if I just do like and it's some good mints. Let me show y'all. Let me point it towards my monstera over here. Can y'all see that? See, you can't even see it. It's such a good mint. Yeah, with my little tomatoes and my sour stuff. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. Okay. So yeah, so it pours out on this side. Like I said, for my potatoes, I'm gonna give them just something to drink. And it has the spray on this side, and I think that's so great. It's so helpful and useful because I told y'all that my bigger watering can it's too much for inside the house. So I got something smaller to be able to, water my house plants and things like that. And I love the fact that it has the spray on the other side. It's just really useful, just to give them a little nice little fresh drink. Hold on, let me get my little baby allocation. This allocation I have is such a trooper. The dogs dug it up. I noticed that the root ball for the tuber was really healthy, and I just let it do what it do, and it keeps growing. And then sometimes it'll die back, but it keeps coming back. So I've just been trying to baby it. Right now, I'm trying to lay off on using all the hold on. Sorry, I just thought about this plant right here. There we go. Hopefully it does well. So anyway, life of a gardener, right? Like, now let me go ahead and do what's on my mind. So yeah, so I showed y'all my watering can. I think I mentioned to y'all the peach tree I got. This is the peach tree I got from Tractor Supply. I still ain't put it in a pot yet. But they got it in some dirt, and it feels like the dirt still has moisture. This is the one I got for $14.99. And I'll say this is about, wait, is this? I might need to, hold up, I didn't open it, but yeah, I might need to, I'm gonna have to open this with my work gloves on. I think it's fine. Okay, anyway, I say this is probably 5. Let me see. Maybe like 4. Yeah, probably like 4.5 feet, 4 to 5 feet tall. Maybe 4. Yeah, at the highest point is about 4 feet tall. Very good looking tree. As you can see, it has these newer branches. Let me just. Let me check it, because I might need to go ahead and transplant it. Yeah, I think I'm going to. It's probably thirsty. Because I'm feeling the dirt, and it has more well, let me see, remove packing material. Soak roots in a bucket of water while digging a hole. Dig a hole large enough. Gently pour a bucket of water to a hole in the base of the tree. And prune all side branches back to within 6 inches of the main trunk of the tree. Then prune the top 1/3 of the tree. Water thoroughly once a week. Do not merely sprinkle. So I'll get this planted. I'm gonna do that today because I don't want to let it sit much longer than it has. I got some grow bags. I have a 5-gallon grow bag that I think I'll put it in. I hope it's big enough. think it should be. And I have this flower pail that I've altered. It has some landscape fabric at the bottom, so it has holes here. I don't know. I'll figure that out. And I don't know if you can see that I have some lights. I'll show you a piece of it. So this is the light. It's really good. I really like it. It has 4 prongs. It probably would be helpful if you could see it, but it has 4 prongs that you can kind of adjust it. So I have one that points this way towards, hold on, there we go. That kind of provides some light to these plants on that shaded level, and then it has 3 other prongs up here. I should show y'all. Let me show you guys. See that? That's it right there. And so you see, I love it because I'll show you how the lights work. I can do multiple hours, so I could choose the time. Now, it's not on an automatic timer, so you do have to get up and turn it on, right? But what I like about it as well is if I don't want to use every light, I don't have to. So for example, you'll see I can do 1. See? And then I can also adjust the brightness of it. Then I can change the light. So if I want to give it more red UV, I can. If I want to give both white and red, or if I just want to give white, I can. So I think that's pretty great. And then, yeah. So let me fix y'all. Y'all good? I'm good. So, yeah. Y'all sideways. Not really sideways, but it's a little too crooked for me. Okay. So, yeah. What am I doing today? So, I also put soil on top of those garden beds I built. I did cardboard, leaves, the grass from me tilling. And it sat on the side for a while, so it was kind of dried a little bit. Then I did compost. Then I put dirt on top of all that. My main goal was to make sure that no light could get through, so that those grass clippings would not take root again, or those weeds. Or I know grass works a little differently, but you know what I'm saying. This is officially, just as a side note, this is officially my garden sweatshirt. I don't know why, but it's just perfect. It's just right. Like, I don't get too hot, I don't get too cold. It's just right. Just right. I'm going to actually be planting my burdock root today. Probably in one of these seedling trays. I'm also going to I'm thinking I'm going to get my leafy greens started, because today is February 14th. Our last frost is slated for like around March 20th. So I'm thinking that this could be a good time to go ahead and get the leafy greens going, because my tomatoes and my peppers and all of that, okra and eggplant and cucumber, all that's already started. So I figure I can go ahead, and also I was going to get my American black elderberry. I actually might do a little bit of all the elderberries I got, so I'll probably get that going today as well, and then I'll keep you guys posted on its status. As you can see, this is my tray here of those peppers and everything I planted with y'all. So they seem to be doing really good. Actually, I have a really healthy zucchini that seems to have come through. I'm trying to remember if I saw this. I think I think this kind of popped through overnight. It's amazing to me. I'm like, hey, dog, God, you did that. Like, you did that. I'm still waiting on my Scotch bonnet. My Scotch bonnet is being so stubborn. So I'm patient though. It's still early, you know. But I'm just like, don't play with me. I need y'all. I need my pepper sauce. Um, I'm also going to be ordering some passion fruit clippings. I found some on Etsy, but I also looked on eBay. But they had some, but they're not rooted. But they said they cut them fresh. And I asked them if it came from a fruiting vine or tree, and they said yes. So I think I'm gonna order that and get those rooted, and I think I'm gonna plant them straight into the ground across my fence. I'm excited for that. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a really good spot because it gets a lot of sun over there, and I don't anticipate the dogs messing with it or anything. So I think it's going to be I just think it's going to be a good spot to let it grow and just let that vine up on my fence. The only thing is I know eventually I'm going to get my fence replaced. But if that happens, then I can always make more cuttings, and you guys do what you gotta do. I could pull them up and transplant them, even when they're well established like that. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do in the front. So I have some azalea bushes in the front that I really like. I don't want to uproot them, but I kind of want to use the space more. So I think I saw some, I think it's called Prince of Madeira plants. That's also really great for pollinators. So the logic I have about the way I use my space is I want the landscaping to be functional as well, but also kind of have an ornamental element. So I want it to be pretty but still be useful. So I want to plant things that will attract pollinators, but I also want to make sure that maybe I get some things like have some things like some good ground cover as well. I don't know yet. I haven't been able to put together exactly what I want to do. I know the back I'm gonna have, and that's another thing. I need to get some of these flowers started. I know I need to get some of these flowers started, but I think I'm gonna wait till I order the Prince of Madeira seeds. And there's another flower that was in my Etsy cart that I think I want to get, and then I can like get I can plant my bee balm and my marigolds and all that at the same time. But as far as the front, I thought about getting some metal garden beds, and letting that be that. But I also wouldn't mind putting some stuff straight in the ground. I just don't know how I want to do it. Do I want to do I have a big tree in the middle of the yard, but I was thinking, do I want to do a big row, and because so the tree, we have, imagine I'm the house, so I have bushes in front of the house here. We have the tree here, and I was thinking about just doing a row, maybe, of just different flowers and plants and green plants. I think that could be really nice. I don't know. I mean, I could try different things, and what works will work, and what doesn't. But I'm like, dang, I don't know what. I'm really trying to figure out what I want to do, because I really want to take advantage of this spring to get some of these flowers down, so that even if they're not they don't grow out a whole lot, then I know that they'll probably grow the next year. I also want to make sure I have function in terms of them being perennial or annuals. I don't want to have to keep putting more and more flowers down. I really want volunteer friendly flowers. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know. Thank you. What else? I think that's it. I really ain't got too much else going on right now besides me finally getting that soil on top. I'm also going to start working on, there's a side of my garden that I want to turn into, I think that's going to be where I grow my onions and stuff. So I think I showed y'all, how you have my garden beds, and I have these what I call my cardboard garden beds that I set up. Can y'all stop it? Stop it! I hear Minnie go, that means she in it. But that's what I was saying. But I have this long row that I kind of have an idea of what I want to don't know if I want to put cardboard down. I'm thinking about just tilling some of my compost into that dirt and maybe putting some topsoil on top and putting my onion seeds down there. Like I'll do my onions, maybe carrots, sunflower. Like put some sunflowers over there. Like really just let it grow. Like more so like the more rooted vegetables, and then maybe some herbs to mix it up. I don't know. We'll see. I think I'll show y'all what I mean in a little bit. So I'm about to go outside. I literally don't have it's what I don't know what time it is. It's still morning. It's probably like maybe like 9:30, 10 now. I ain't got to meet until 4. I ain't got to talk to nobody till 4. I love working from home. So I'm going to balance my time between, you know, checking my emails. Oh, and I think I told y'all that I got some macaroon seeds. I'm excited for it. But this peaches and cream corn going down. It's going down. It's going down in the ground. Okay. So I need to stop playing and really make a plan. Because I can't make up my mind. Like, even like for the elderberries, even though it's going to be some time before I have them out there like that, I want to get them started and then put them outside. But I'm pretty sure I want to put it in this back corner I have. But I'm wondering about the sunlight. It gets some, but I don't know. I don't know how it's going to do. We gonna see. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to ramble, per usual. I think, what else is there? I feel like there's some. I am going to transplant my soursop tree. Yeah, it's time. It's just time. It's doing good, but I think I'm going to cut it back just so I can get more growth. I do see some little areas, like budding areas, where I can tell more branches are probably going to pop through. But I have this bucket that my avocado tree was in, but I don't know if something got into the soil or what, or if it was just not happy where it was. Because I pulled it up. I don't know if I showed y'all. Let me show y'all real quick. This is how it looks. This is the root system. I broke the I guess what's that, the trunk, to see how bad it was. But it was growing. It was doing good, but it just wasn't feeling it. I'm wondering though if I replant it, if it'll rejuvenate. Cause, well, no, it seems to have a little life in it. I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah. So that's where I'm at. It's just making decisions. I'm thinking for my soursop, I want to get a terracotta pot for it, because I'm gonna bring it outdoors when it's certifiably warm. My grandmother was like, "You can't bring it back in and out like that," and I was like, I mean, I understand why she says it, but I gotta do what I gotta do, and I gotta try, right? It was funny. I was outside doing work. It's been raining in Georgia. And it's so funny how people have this old, like, they have these sayings. So when I told my grandmother, she's 90, and I was like, yeah, I was outside in the garden, moving some things around, getting the dirt on top of my garden beds. And she's like, you're not supposed to have your face in the soil after it rained like that. And it's like an old thing that they say that, you can get sick because you have the rain, the water, microbials, you never know it can be activated. And I thought about it, and I was like, it's so funny how people may have a simple way of saying something, but how it makes so much sense. So I try to hold on to those things. She was like, she's like, you're not supposed to put your face, she said, don't put your face in wet ground. That's how she said it. And I was like, okay. So, but I explained to her that I was just shoveling dirt, and she was like, oh, okay, like one of those things, like, oh, okay, but she's like, don't have your, like, I guess she thought I was transplanting and working in the dirt right after it rained. So what she was basically saying was, when you have your face in the dirt like that, you can get sick, which is something I'm gonna hold on to. Ba-dum-bum. I'm sorry, I had to. I'm ridiculous. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope y'all are having a good one. What y'all got going on with you? How y'all gardens doing? I need to go get. I want some more house plants. I have some plants in my living room. One of my goals is to make sure that there's plants in all the bedrooms. Yeah, just because I think it's really great. Like when I come into my office with all of the vegetation, it's just like a breath. It's just like a. And I have plants. Like I said, I have a snake plant. My lemon tree is in the living room, and my aloe plant, and I have a grapefruit tree that I'm trying to get to survive. Just pray. We're just gonna pray. So yeah. Also, okay, I asked my mom and my sister to look out for lime trees. They're in Florida. If they don't remember to get one, I'm probably just gonna stop at the citrus center and pick up like 2. Because I did not do that on my way back last time I went down there, and I forgot. So I'm definitely gonna get a lime tree soon. I think this will be a good time for me to put it outside and eat as well. So I just gotta get some big pots and get in grow bags and all that. I think I may try that laundry tub thing that everyone talks about. Yeah, it's just gonna be like a little orchard on the side of my house. And I want to get a green stalk. I'm definitely gonna get a green stalk. I found a vendor that sells bare root strawberry vines. So I'm gonna order a pack of 50 to put into the green stalk. I have some grow bags that I'm also gonna probably put some in. So we're gonna see how they do. I'm gonna let it be like, a battle of the berries. What y'all doing? I also gotta get some steak. So I should have brought them up here. But I got these grow bags from Parks Nursery, I think it was. And basically you put the dirt in and it has like the little pockets on the outside. Very similar to what a green stalk is, but it's more of a bag version. My biggest thing was, where am I gonna hang this? But I think I know what I'm gonna do, and I'll take y'all along for that. So I'm pretty sure what I'll do is either buy like one of those like wood fence, like a piece of wood fence that looks like a trellis, and just sit it on the side of the house, and then put a hook on the bag and let that sit like that. Maybe, or I'll get one of those stands with the hook that they use for like bird feeders. You can get it from like the Dollar Tree. I'll just make sure I get it in the ground real good and let it hang up there, and that'll be it. Period. Okay. And then I might just do like one of my these 5-gallon buckets. Maybe I'll just get rocks or something. I don't know. And let it sit in there in the rocks so it can be sturdy. I don't know. We'll see. But I really want to get a good bit of strawberries. I would love to have my own frozen strawberries for my smoothies and stuff, and to eat them fresh. And I'm even open to learning how to make preserves. I've watched a couple of videos, and so it looks simple enough. So we're gonna be on a journey, y'all, making jams and preserves that I can give to my friends because it's delicious. So anyway, I love y'all. Happy gardening. Is there anything else though? I'm having to look around my environment and make sure. No, that's it. Bye y'all.